We are fixing this continent. This thing of you guys moving from one country to the other, it's no longer working. We don't want this as African people anymore. We are tired of seeing African migrants moving all over the world, refusing to fix your own countries. Now we're making it very clear to you guys, Utitina, we don't want you here. We want you to fix your countries.
So what you are witnessing is a group of South Africans hunting down African immigrants living in South Africa. They are angrily and violently hunting down other Africans from Ghana, from Zimbabwe, from Nigeria, from Cameroon, from Zambia, Kenya, Uganda, you name it. As long as you are an African foreigner living in South Africa, your life and your source of livelihood is at immense danger. These South African brainless idiots have taken the laws into their own hands, roaming every nook and cranny of South African streets, looking for African immigrants. They are demanding that these immigrants pack up and leave their country. It doesn't matter if these immigrants are legally permitted to reside in South Africa. As long as they are African immigrants, South Africans want them gone. You can see them running down the streets, hunting down these Africans, going into their business locations and smashing up everything, destroying their businesses, setting their shops on fire, destroying their cars, beating them up. They are going from street to street, searching everybody, forcing them to show their means of identification to know if they are immigrant or native. Some African immigrants have lost their lives since these guys began hunting them down like dogs and demanding that they leave their country. Now, why are these South Africans doing this to their fellow African brothers and sisters? You may wonder. Well, the next clip will answer that question for you. Take a look.
Where are you coming from? Huh? Tomorrow you must go. I tell you, we are finished. We are tired. We are tired of you guys. You are smelling. We are taking our jobs. So please.
Imagine an African calling a fellow African dirty and smelly. Oh, you are so smelly, you smell. You guys are taking our jobs. You are taking our jobs. So there lies the problem. They are claiming that these other Africans residing in their country are taking their jobs from them. Now, isn't that familiar? Haven't we heard that before? Just a few days ago, we were hearing something similar, but against the very few minority of white South Africans, the Boers, the Afrikaners. These black South Africans claim that the white South Africans were taking their jobs, taking all the resources, cheating them out of their birthright. They were calling for these white South Africans to be killed. Kill the Boer, kill the farmer. They were threatening hell and brimstone on these white South Africans, demanding that these white South Africans should leave the country for them, even though the country is not theirs because they are neither Khoi nor San. Oh, the Afrikaners are taking our jobs. But today, what we are seeing is the same black South Africans now turning their meaningless anger and attention on their fellow brothers and sisters, claiming that these Africans are the new guys who are now taking their jobs and their opportunities and their resources. But what jobs are we talking about? Take a look at this man. He is clearly a motorcycle rider, a bike rider. That is his job. If you want to commute from point A to point B, he takes you there under the hot sun, under the rain, no matter the weather. That is the kind of job he does. That fat piece of trash demanding that this old man leave his country would never, ever want to do this kind of job. For him, he would call it a dirty job. He would call it a poor man's job. He wouldn't want to stoop so low. He would think that he is better than that. He would think that he deserves more than that type of smelly job. But this bike man, all the way from another African country, came to South Africa, and from the look of things, he came illegally because he is wearing this particular uniform. I'm sure this uniform was given to him by the Bike Riders Association. And you don't get this uniform from the bike riders. if you are staying in the country illegally. Okay, somebody registered him in this association because he came in legally. Yet here we have this fat, sweaty, lazy individual telling this poor man, oh, you are taking our jobs, you have to go back, go pack up and leave. Which jobs? You mean bike riding? Are you going to do it? Will your lazy ass let you do this kind of job?
Africa belongs to South African. I hate foreigner. I hate Krikamba. I hate Kwara. I hate Zaizai. I don't like foreigner. Foreigner must go to their country. I hate foreigners. I am xenophobic. I hate, again, I hate times and times. I don't know how many times. I hate foreigners. I am xenophobic. I don't like foreigner because foreigners, I don't have a child because of foreigner. Ramaphosa, take these foreigners to their country right now.
Hatred has eaten deep into the hearts of these people. They have lost it, like they have lost it with hate. What would you call this woman right now? A black South African supremacist? And these are the same people who claim that white people are racist. Yet, she is not just being racist to white people, she is even being racist and xenophobic towards her fellow Africans who look just like her.
You are immigration. You are not an immigration. This is my ID. And this is my ID. And then give me the right. No, you don't have the right. Come and take advantage. No, you are not an. Are you an immigration officer? Are you immigration officer?
I am from the
This is my ID. I have an ID. You don't have one. No. Call an immigration. No. Hey, back up.
Wow. It doesn't matter if you are in the country legally. They just don't want you there as long as you are not a South African native.
When you get home, start making arrangements for where are you going to get that baby from? Where are you going to deliver that baby? Because here you are not coming. Pretoria West, you are not coming.
In our government,
We don't want you anymore. Start making arrangements where you are going to deliver that child. Because here we don't want you. Yeah, you can go into Ramaphosa's house. He will help you deliver the.
Even pregnant women are not exempt from this evil. Unbelievable.
Phoenix Cash and Care, put some respect. Basebenzi baholu 9 rand. We are shutting down this business until benze into right.
And also, I've seen many videos of many black people, especially black Americans, saying that South Africans are cowards and stupid people simply because these South Africans should be directing their anger towards white South Africans and demanding that the white South Africans leave the country for black South Africans, but instead that they are now trying to oppress their fellow African brothers and sisters. That is, the way some of these people are reasoning. But hey, Isn't that what these South Africans have been doing? These people have been calling for the expulsion of Afrikaners, which are the white South Africans, okay, for far too long. They've been doing it. I've been seeing it on the internet. Have you not been hearing the chants of kill the Boer, kill the farmer? Have you not been witnessing the rate at which the white South Africans are being killed in South Africa? Have you not been seeing the farm murders that have been going on? Well, if you've not, then I advise you to go down to my YouTube channel. You can check out some of the videos I did on this particular topic. Then you're going to be enlightened a lot. So these guys have been doing this to white South Africans for ages. But when they were targeting the white people, oh, the Africans cheered. They encouraged them, forgetting that when they are done with these white people, they are going to come for them, their fellow Africans. And eventually, when they are also done with their fellow Africans, they are also going to come for their fellow South African neighbors, okay? Because these people do not even want to recognize what their problem is. They are busy. They are more interested in pointing fingers at anybody they think they can overpower instead of tackling their real problem, which lies within themselves. Now, if these guys were targeting illegal immigrants, be them African, Asian, white, or whatever, I don't really have a problem with that. If they are trying to flush out illegal individuals who are bringing crime and disorderliness to their country, then I am perfectly okay with that. But that is not what we are seeing. That is not what is happening. Because what I am seeing are people going after legal migrants, as long as these migrants are Africans, going as far as destroying their legally erected shops, legally purchased properties, even when they have the right to stay in South Africa. Now, that is where I call out their stupidity. By the way, Black South Africans can only boast of development today in South Africa simply because of the presence of white people there. I know a lot of you are going to have a problem with this, but guys, that is the honest truth. The only reason why South Africa is a little bit more developed than other sub-Saharan African countries is simply because of one reason: the presence of white people there. If there were no white people in South Africa, if white people do not exist in South Africa, then South Africa wouldn't be any different from a country like Nigeria. It wouldn't be any different from Ghana. It would not be any different from Uganda. The same rot, extreme poverty, and underdevelopment that plagues other parts of sub-Saharan Africa would be visible in South Africa too. We are already seeing how Black South Africans are destroying the infrastructure and the wonderful system that was put in place by the white people who led that country in the past. They are destroying everything. We have seen the videos comparing South African society in the past to today. Streets are being run down, buildings are dilapidated. These people loot erected infrastructure that was put in place for their own good. They loot it part by part, and then they sell the parts to make little money while completely destroying this infrastructure. So the only reason that that country even looks like anything to write home about is simply because of the white people there handling things. Even though these white people are very few in number, they are still effectively managing key parts of that country. Africans hate white people, but they hate other Africans much more than they hate white people. And this is one of the reasons why Africa will never, ever develop. Now, the same thing we are seeing playing out in this video in South Africa is also the main reason why Africa will never move forward. That is also why I laugh when I see people talking about Pan-Africanism or claiming to be a Pan-Africanist. There can be no Pan-Africanism because Africans do not love each other. The most hated person in the heart of an African in his or her own country is another African immigrant living in his or her own country. South Africa is the one doing this right now, but even before now, we have seen the same thing play out in other parts of Africa. Have you heard about the story of Ghana Must Go? That is how this famous bag got its own name. Back in the day, when Ghana was in deep trouble and many Ghanaians ran down to Nigeria for help, Nigerians, after housing them for a while, revolted and started demanding that these Ghanaians leave their country. They chased these Ghanaians out. Over 2 million Ghanaians had to pack their loads and their belongings in this cheap bag, which then became famously known as Ghana Must Go bag. I have also seen what is happening in Ghana today. Currently, Ghanaians are calling for the expulsion of Africans living in Ghana, for example, Nigerians living in their country, warning their authorities and other individuals not to sell properties, not to rent shops, and not to hire these other Africans.
Go and face their leader the way they have loud mouth and they are on social media bragging. They should use that strength. They should use that strength to go and face their leaders so that their leaders will fix the country for them to stay. We are tired of them. We can't stay here with Nigerians. From today on, everybody, every landlord, we are warning you people. We should stop renting rooms for Nigerians. We should stop renting shops for Nigerians. Those who are selling lands for foreigners, they should stop. Foreigners who are buying land in Ghana, a time will come, we are going to take all those things back from you people. The country belongs to Ghanaians. We can't share our country with anybody. Ghana is for Ghanaians alone. So my advice to the ladies who are giving themselves to Nigerian guys, they are using you people to destroy Ghana.
The same thing is going on in Kenya. Kenyans are demanding that Somalis leave their country and go to any other part of Africa. The same is happening all over Africa. They are demanding that people from one African country or the other should leave their country. So it is the norm. We are seeing it happening not just with South Africa, but it is happening all over Africa. Now, what annoys me in all of this is seeing Africans insulting and accusing Westerners of being racist and prejudiced when these Westerners demand the same thing in their own countries. When Germans, French, Polish people, English, Irish, Canadian people, etc. demand that Africans and Muslims leave their country, people like these South Africans are usually the first people to cast the stone and start accusing these white countries of one ism or one phobia or the other. It is crazy hypocrisy, guys. Actually, I am not against South Africans demanding that fellow Africans leave their country. No, we know Africans hate each other. So that is not really my problem. Rather, what I do not agree with is destroying the properties of legal African immigrants, people who have the legal right to stay in your country, beating them up and setting ablaze their sources of livelihood, harassing them and depriving them of basic medical necessity just because they live in your country, South Africa. First and foremost, these people are Africans just like you, and if they are legal in your country, then they have every right to be in your country. You as a South African can also travel to other parts of the world. What would be your reaction if this is the treatment you get from people after having legally moved to this part of the world? So that is the only thing I am against. And as for those Africans who are illegally residing in other parts of the world, be it in Africa or anywhere else, this is your warning to go back to your country and build your country, just like these South Africans are taunting you, even though they are not the ones who built their country. The white people did it for them. But you get the drill. Go back to your country and build your country, or migrate legally to avoid this kind of insult that these South Africans are dishing out to your fellow brothers and sisters. But as always, guys, these are my thoughts and my opinions. Please feel free to share yours in the comment section below, but do so respectfully. Also, when you subscribe to this channel, honestly, I don't know what you're waiting for. Subscribe to the channel, like and share this video to keep people informed, and consider joining my membership or buying me a copy if you like, as a way of supporting the channel. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope to catch you on the next one. For now, peace.
you.